I'm Cal Blackstock. This is Extra Scottish. Today it's Promising Young Woman, and this is starring Carey Mulligan. In this movie, she is someone who's working at a coffee shop. She's qualified to be able to be a doctor, but dropped out of college because it seems something had happened to her best friend. And she spends her time going around getting guys drunk, seducing them, getting them drunk, and then revealing that she's sober as they're attempting to take advantage of her. And and then as she carries on, she's looking for people who had obviously clearly something to do with what happened to her friend. And then somewhere along the line, she meets a guy who also went to the same college as them, doesn't seem to recollect so much of what happened there, maybe, as we slowly discover what really did happen. And then she eventually discovers a couple of things, and I'm not going to reveal it all, but basically she goes on a revenge tour here, and it ends in a way that may be pleasant for someone and not for someone else. And we'll see if she gets to get her revenge or doesn't. Or maybe we got a Greek tragedy going on. You'll have to watch it to see. Themes: revenge, justice. So they hang together here. She's seeking revenge and trying to get justice for what has happened to her best friend in college. She goes about that and eventually catches up with everyone involved. So we'll see what happens there with that. Best line. Okay, so the best line at one point, Carey Mulligan's character has taken this guy home who thinks she's drunk, and this guy she went to college with who's becoming her boyfriend sees her, and he's like randomly, what's going on? Okay, I see what's going on. And then she totally goes back because she obviously is sober, and then she sobers up completely. And then the guy who's trying to take her home and take advantage of her, he's all confused. And then she's like, when was the last time you scored in daylight? Lovely little slight there. I thought that was quite good. Best scene. So the best scene is really a giveaway at the end, where she seeks revenge on the specific individual who abused her best friend, causing her best friend to take her own life. It gets real dark at the end. So the movie's kind of, at the start, it almost feels like this. I mean, it's never really playful, but her version of it is quite playful, and then at the end it gets super dark. But then one little twisty thing that happened was the guy she's dating obviously was there, and there's this video, and so it's really she's discovering that there was no innocence in all this. Best performance, really, it's Carey Mulligan here. She's the star of the thing. It's her movie. It's about her. There really isn't anyone else that would spring out to me. So really, it's her movie. It's her performance, and that's why she was getting accolades for it. So yeah, definitely Carey Mulligan. Maybe's aye, maybe's no. So for me, I think this movie at the start, I don't know if I was fully into it. I was. It didn't seem like overly unique to me, but as it went along, it really did grow on me. And definitely the end, so you stick it through, because at the end, I mean, it takes that dark turn, but it explains everything, and it really makes you understand who she is and why she is who she is. And therefore, I think with Carey Mulligan's performance included, it's just a good rounded end, and a movie that has a little bit of memory to it. I always think the movie has to stick in my memory. Would I go back to it? You know, I would mention this movie to someone, so that kind of thing. So I think for me, I'll give it an eye. Another movie you could check out, and this is nothing like this movie, not at all, but it does have Carey Mulligan in it. It was one of the ones that got her career kicked off, and it's Pride and Prejudice. And it gives me a reason to talk about Pride and Prejudice, because I love Pride and Prejudice. I actually like the BBC miniseries that they had back in the early 90s. My mother made me watch that, and I really enjoyed it. It had as Darcy, it was Colin Firth, and he's obviously gone on to win an Oscar and have a great career, and he was really great in that. So yeah, that's something you should go back and watch. Watch that BBC version of it, the miniseries. If you're into Pride and Prejudice and that sort of thing. But yes, the movie version is with Carey Mulligan's in that, so go check that out and have a look at her performance there. Scottish word, so Egypt. This is idiot, yeah, Egypt. I think that was an appropriate word for all the men in this movie. Bunch of Egypts, horrible people, and they deserve that title in this. Particularly at the end, the guilty party, the person who got away with everything. What an Egypt that boy was.
When was the last time you scored in daylight, mate? In it?